show me.
Have you ever wondered what old ladies and bored young adults do with their free time? Well, some collect and listen to vinyl, some embroider everything in their closets, and some crochet. I personally have tried all three of these hobbies and have found that crochet is the best at killing a lot of time. Today, I'm going to show you how to create your very own easy crochet project called a granny square. We will first pull out our crochet hooks as we look at all of the materials that we need for this project. Then, we will make a slip knot as we begin the first round of the project. And finally, we will see how this project can be made as big as you would like it to be. First, let's pull out our crochet hooks and see all the materials that we need for this project. First, and most obviously, you will need a skein of yarn. Yarn comes in many different weights or sizes and colors and is made of many different things. But for this project, I'm going to use this yarn because it's easy to see the stitches on. Next, you'll need a crochet hook. Most skeins of yarns on the packaging say what size of crochet hook you'll need for that particular yarn, and I'm just going to use this 5mm hook. Now that we have all of the materials that we need to make this project, let's make a slip knot and start the first round. You'll find the end of the yarn and then cross it over like this. This is your tail and this is your working yarn. And then you will pull the working yarn through the loop to make a slip knot. Then you will have the tail end away from you and the working yarn towards you and put your hook through the loop. And then there are many different ways to hold the yarn. Some people do something like this. I usually loop my pinky around and then hold it so it's easier to hold the tension. Next, you will make a chain of 4, which is done like this. You yarn over, which is what it's called when you grab some yarn, and then you pull it through the loop. Then you will yarn over and do that 3 more times. So that's 2, 3, 4. Then once you've made your chain of 4, like here, you will put your hook through this first loop and make a slip stitch, which is done by putting your hook through that loop, grabbing the yarn, and then pulling it through the loop you already had on your hook. Then you will notice that there's a little hole here. You will then make a chain of 3, and this will later on count as a double crochet. And then you will make 2 double crochet, which are done by yarning over, putting it through the loop, and then yarning over and pulling it back through the loop. Then you will have 3 loops on your hook. You'll yarn over and pull through 2 of those loops. Then you'll have 2 loops, and you'll yarn over and pull through 2 again. You will repeat this 1 more time, and then you will have 1 group of 3 double crochet. You will then chain 2 and make another group of 3 double crochet, which these are your sides of your granny square. And you will chain 2 after that group of 3. And then you will repeat this process of making 3 and chaining 2 between the groups of 3 2 more times until you have 4 corners and 3 sides. Once you have your 4 groups of 3 double crochet with chains of 2 between them for the corners, you will slip stitch into your original chain of 3, and then you have your first round done. Now that we've done the first round, let's do the second round and see how this project can be made as big as you want. To start the second round, you will chain 2 and then flip it over. Then you will make 2 double crochet, as we have been this entire time, to make a group of 3 double crochet. And every round except for the first round will have chains of 2 to start instead of chains of 3. Then you will make 3 double crochet into the next corner, as is done for all of the corners. And then chain 2 between them after the group of 3 double crochet. You will then repeat this process of making 3 double crochet into each little corner with and then a chain of 2 following, and then 3 double crochet to make all 4 of your corners. Then I did say that you do this for all 4 corners, but you already have a group of 3 on the first corner, so you will just make a group of 3 for that last corner. And you will chain 2, like as all the corners, and then slip stitch into the top of the first actual double crochet since you made a chain of 2 and there isn't room for the slip stitch in the chain of 2. Then for the rest of the rounds, you will start them all the same with a chain of 2, turning your work, and then making 2 more double crochet in that corner. And then you'll notice that there are gaps between the corner gaps, and in those gaps you just put 3 double crochet. Today I showed you how to start your very own crochet granny square. We first got out our hooks and looked at all the materials we will need to make this project. Then we made a slip knot and started the first round of the project. Finally, we stitched away as we saw how this project can be made bigger and bigger. Today, you have learned how to make your very own basic crochet granny square. Thank you.